Hello everyone, Cheryl Ann here with another completed journal. This one is a gift for a dear friend. I hope she doesn't watch this, but I know she will, so oh well. It's another one of the paper bag journals. These are really, really fun. And I am absolutely hooked on making these. She has 3 signatures, and what I did on the cover, I learned a couple things from my first one. The first thing I learned is that you don't put any kind of liquid on the cover until you sew along the top. And then you do have to cut them down. She's 11 inches. And then I sewed along the bottom. And then I sewed along this side, but I left the back side open, and she has a little book in there that's just papers sewn together. So do your sewing first. Otherwise, you're dealing with the warped paper, and that's not really good. And then for the cover, I took a big piece of muslin, and I glued all this on the muslin first. I did stitching around, and then I added, this is a piece of paper from the journal, and I added a sunflower because I know she loves sunflowers. And then I actually sewed in 3 buttons. They're sewn, and then I glued them, so they are there. And then I put this whole piece, I glued it down. And for the closure, the first one I used the handles from the bag, but this one I wanted to, I sometimes my best thoughts come late at night, early in the morning. And I thought, well, I just want to put some little fabric ties on it. So that's what I did. I'll show you. Okay, so what I did was I didn't even make holes for them. I glued, let me get this in the light. I glued them on at the top and bottom, and then I glued on a button over each one. So, I mean, they should stay. So this is the inside front pocket. Heather, you should recognize the little bead there. And then this is the first page. I tried not to use a lot of digitals, and then I ended up using a lot of digitals. So I tried. I also cut out a lot of things from magazines. So those are in there, and this is coffee stained paper. I love how this ledger paper, how that looks in here. Love that. And I have some of the graph composition book paper. You can find those once in a while. I don't know if Walmart carries them all the time. And then I did use some autumn sayings from Mrs. Coggs, because who doesn't love to use Mrs. Cogg, right? So this one folds out. So look at that. Isn't that great? That's a whole lot of room for journaling. And then this is a piece of 11 by 17 white copy paper that I just, I used my brayer when I did the cover, and I just, put it all over this. So that's included. Here's some, that's parchment paper. And here's another magazine picture. That looks so cozy and fallish. And then it had something else on the back, so I just glued on a piece of that paper. And here's another parchment paper. I put a butterfly in the middle, and to my horror, when I was putting in the signatures, I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to go through the butterfly, but it did not. Thank goodness, because I had everything all measured, and it actually, the hole is right above the butterfly, so I didn't destroy my butterfly. It's always a learning process, right? No matter what you think you plan for, you know, something always comes up. That's another Mrs. Coggs. That's Coffee Dyed. Oh, and I did do some fancy stitching along some of the sides. I thought I'm just gonna get out my sewing machine. Here you can see why this is a pocket. I didn't want it to come up, so that's a nice big pocket. And then the end of each signature has a quote and a little piece of fabric, a little collage. And the beginning and the end, they both have it. And here's another magazine picture. Here's another one I did some sewing. This one lifts up, and that's the sewing. It kind of looks like a spider web, but it's actually a daisy. So I would suggest, if you have not tried one of these, you should try one. They're really fun. And I mean, who doesn't have gobs of paper bags, you know? I'm hoarding them now. I think I have about 8. That's a page, and then I fussy cut this butterfly out from a scrapbook that I had. You know, and another thing is if you can't, there's another fancy stitch. So that must have something on the back. Yes, it has. It has that. I think this is TLC Vintage, and I don't think this is available anymore. I printed these off a while ago, and they've been in my drawer, so you might check her shop. You can go to the grocery store, and if you want to spend 10 cents each, you can actually buy paper bags, which is good. I mean, 10 cents is not bad. I know Walmart, they don't have paper anymore. They just have plastic. Here's another piece of that paper that I used with my brayer, and I wanted to get the colors in here, so I used that. There's another expression, and here's another signature. I just really had fun with this, and I'm not kidding you. These are so much fun. It's just zigzag. And then that one lifts up. I wanted to give her some color, and she loves sunflowers, so I tried to put some in. And then here's another magazine picture, and then this one folds out. So you can see these paper bags. I think this one has about 100 pages. I forgot to count, but it's 100 or more. It could be 120. Look at that. Oh, don't you just want to write? Oh, when you write on this kind of paper, let me show you the pen. Yeah, when you write on acrylic, you're supposed to use the Bic, trying to read it, Crystal, I think it's called. Yes, Kristal. And it does write over the acrylic paint. I know a lot of pens don't. But I mean, who wouldn't want to jump into this? And I almost kept it for myself. Heather, you almost didn't get this. There's some fall fabric. I wanted to do some things that I didn't have to stitch, so I did glue it down, and I thought, no, I'm just gonna sew over it, because I would feel better if I did. So I did. Oh, and this is one of those, you get this up at, I think, Hobby Lobby. I have a bunch of spools of it. I just went over it with the archival ink potting soil. Yeah, because it was just plain white, and I thought, oh, I want something colorful for the back page, so there's a big fabric pocket there, and then there's another one of your little doodads. And then there's a card, a nice big journaling card. So, and here, see, here's the back, and this is the part I left open, and then, okay, I'll show you. This is the little book, and it just has some ledger paper in it. But I thought, I tried to use things that I thought she might have around the house, or except for the digitals. I meant not to use any, and then of course I got carried away and I used a bunch of them. But they were ones that I had in my drawer, and like I said, that one I don't even know if you can get it now. I did check her Etsy and I didn't see it listed, so there she is. There's a side view. She doesn't have a bunch of stuff sticking out. I didn't do that this time because I knew I had to make some kind of closure, because she's not really alligator mouth, but I did want her to be able to be closed. So anyway, I did learn a lot from making the first one, and then this is my second one, and I'm gonna rest a few days, and then I'm gonna make a couple more from my shop. So Deserts and Beyond. So if you're interested and you would like me to make you one, I do have a lot of the papers used in here, and I just got another order of this gorgeous ledger paper that I used in here. I do have the 11 by 17 inch paper, and I can make more of the papers with all the colors that I used. That's just parchment paper. So anyway, if you have any questions about how I did this, please do leave them below and I will answer them. So thanks for stopping by. Until next time, bye for now.